Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. So on this installment of Mountain House Mondays, we're going to be checking out the chicken fried rice. As usual, we're also going to be doing a giveaway for this number 10 can of chicken fried rice. Lasts for 30 years. It's freeze-dried food, of course. And the winner of last week's contest will be announced at the end of this video. Now, before I get into this review, I just want to give you an update on the Bugout roll situation for all of you who have ordered your Bugout roll and have been incredibly patient while I try to get these orders out. I've almost caught up, and if you haven't got a notification that your order has shipped yet, you soon will be. I'm just waiting on a shipment of olive to come in, and once those do get here, I'm still going to be awaiting another shipment of those, but I'm thinking within 3 weeks all the orders that have been actually taken will be sent out, and I'll be finally caught up, and I'll be able to launch another campaign of sorts, or just go on another advertising spree, if you will. So thank you for your patience. Many of you, it would appear, have the patience of Buddhist monks, and for that, I'm grateful. I still do have some camel Bugout rolls in stock that are ready to go. If anybody wants to pick one up, I will post a link in the description. For those of you who don't know what the Bugout roll is, it's a very convenient way to store your gear in the field. It's a modular system which has a Velcro attachment, so you can attach additional sections on the bottom. This is made of some of the finest materials. We got 1000 denier Cordura, we got heavy duty number 10 YKK zips, reinforced stitching in all the right places, and it's just a great Canadian made product. So get it while it's hot. So I'm not going to run another campaign until I'm fully caught up on orders. Like I say, that's only going to be a few weeks. We're only a few weeks away from that. So thank you for your patience. I hope to get you your roll in time for you to enjoy it this summer. Anyways, on with the review. So this is the 6th installment of the Mountain House giveaways. Now, if you're not familiar with what Mountain House food is, it's freeze-dried food, meaning all of the moisture is sucked out of it, all of the texture and taste and nutrient value is preserved. With these portable packets, you can cook it in the bag. Like I say, it lasts 30 years, so it's gonna last you a long time. Very easy to cook, very little cleanup that you have to do, and they taste better than any freeze-dried food on the market, with the exception of the stuff you can make by yourself with your Harvest Right freeze drying machine, and you're going to be seeing me do a lot more in-depth reviews of that machine in the near future. Now, I would suggest that if you're looking for long-term food storage, you're going to want to go with the number 10 cans. That's how you're going to get the best bang for your buck. But if you're just trying to, say, prepare for 3 to 14 days, you might want to get the variety packs, the Mountain House 3 to 14 day emergency packs, which contain a variety of different meals. You're not going to quite get as much bang for your buck, but you get these Mylar bags which you can cook the food in, and it's going to make for less cleanup. So with this, you're getting a bit more quantity, but you're not getting the convenience or the variety. With this, you're getting the variety and the convenience, and just a lot more user friendly. So all you have to do with this stuff, as you've seen before, is you crack the bag open like so. It's a resealable Mylar bag, so of course you can reuse the Mylar bag. And within there we have our desiccant packet and freeze-dried food, which smells delicious, might I add. So what I'm going to do, actually, because we have to read the wisdom that's on the bottom. Every Mountain House pack has some kind of words of wisdom on the bottom, so let's see what this one has to say. All right, so this one says, don't tell fish stories where the people know you, but particularly don't tell them where they know the fish. I'm gonna have to think about that one for a while. That one is by Mark Twain. Always give you stuff to think about. You know, that's something great to think about around a campfire or something like that. So within this one, you're getting 11 grams of protein per serving. Now, I already went over why they have to use the terminology of serving instead of just putting the amount of calories. It's a legal issue. I'm not going to break it down again because this video will just be too long-winded. So anyways, within this pack, you're getting 2.5 servings, 260 calories per serving. So you're getting close to 700 calories, probably 650 and 700 calories per package, so that's not bad. So if you're not doing a whole lot of laborious work, 3 of these could keep you at a caloric maintenance level, meaning that you won't lose any weight and you'll be able to keep all the mass that you have on you and not get fatigued and get all the nutrients that you need. 11 grams of protein per serving means that there's about 27 grams of protein within this package. 3 of those would easily satisfy your general protein needs for the day for a man or a woman. I should add that the expiry date on this is the year 2027, and the expiry date on this one is 2047. This has a best use by date of 2027. Now they say best use by, but the fact is this is probably going to last 25 years or longer, and this is going to last 30 years or longer. Mountain House has been around for about 50 years, so they've had a chance to really put these longevity claims to the test, and they found that most of the nutrients are preserved out to 30 years. After that, the food might start to degrade too much, and you might start to lose the textures and really start to lose the taste and the nutrient value of the food. But up until that point, and let's face it, 30 years from now, most of us are going to be geriatric anyways. Our taste buds at that point probably aren't going to care, especially if food happens to be incredibly scarce. Now, while you do pay more money for this food now, and it's a point that I made in the last video about why stockpiling of freeze-dried food in particular is actually an investment, because the value of this food over the next 20 years is going to go up. You buy it at a certain price now, but in 20 years, the price of something like this might triple, and not even solely due to inflation, but just the simple fact that food prices everywhere, particularly with regards to meat and vegetables, are constantly going up. And this, of course, is chicken fried rice with vegetables. So let's check it out. All right, so we have our pre-measured 1.5 cups of boiling water. I'm gonna try not to spill this. Pour it in the bag. Simple as that. Probably best to stir it around with a utensil, but what I'm gonna do is just shake it up. This is great at the campsite because it's no mess. You don't have to do dishes. Nobody likes doing dishes when you're in the outdoors. It's a pain in the you-know-what. Gotta go down to the river and crouch over in the dark because you don't want to be leaving your food around for the critters at night. And with these, you can just burn these in the fire afterwards. Mylar goes up like you wouldn't believe on some hot coals. I don't know how environmentally friendly it is, but it's gonna go up in flames. So I'm just gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes and we'll come back to it and we'll see what we got. All right, so I think I put a little bit too much water in there, and I realize that this is not a luxury when you're in the wilderness, but I'm gonna use a strainer to drain off the excess before we put it in the bowl for you to see. I probably put about 50 milliliters too much water, and it could probably stand to sit for another minute or two. Now, once again, you can get this Mountain House food through the link in the description. I'm gonna post a link to the 14-day food supply. It's something that's worth having on hand. It's a morale booster. It's something which is going to be very palatable, especially for people who are not accustomed to having to endure hard times, which many, of course, in our society and probably within your family, to some extent or another, are not equipped for that mentally or physically. And certainly, perhaps they probably aren't preppers either. These packages are also the perfect size for if you wanted to do some bartering. So let's see what we got in here. The great thing about these Mylar packages is that they really retain the heat well. Same material as the space blanket, and coincidentally, it's also space food. Now, when you're looking at this, obviously has that wet coating to it. If you were to fry this up, it might actually, taste a lot like chicken fried rice. As far as I can see, it looks a lot better than some of the chicken fried rice you get in some Chinese restaurants right now. But let's check it out. You got to remember that in 25 years, this is going to taste and look exactly the same. Where it lacks in appearance, it makes up for in functional value. Certainly has that buttery, oily, fried taste to it. Man, this is delicious. This chicken fried rice is a lot better than plain chicken and rice Mountain House. The peas and carrots in there are really plump and juicy. The thing with freeze-dried food that's so great is, unlike dehydrated food, when it sucks up all that moisture, all of the texture is retained, so it tastes like a pea that was never frozen, freeze-dried, or anything. With a lot of the Mountain House meals, one of the complaints I've had is there just isn't enough vegetables. In this one, it seems like the denominations are really precise. I guarantee you that this tastes almost as good as normal chicken fried rice, with the exception that it does taste a little bit more processed than what you would find in a Chinese store. And of course, the rice isn't as fluffy. It's a bit more wet. But I tell you, it sure goes down easy. There really isn't a whole lot that this lacks. And honestly, it was a lot better than I expected. I'm tempted to give this a 9.5 out of 10. And some generous helpings of chicken, even though they're pretty small pieces. That's typically what we're accustomed to with Chinese food anyways, is that the chicken is very small and it's used sparingly. Within here, within every bite, I'm at least getting one piece of chicken. Now there is also some egg in there, which the texture of which is not the greatest, but it adds to the chicken fried rice taste. Freeze-dried eggs are kind of a hard sell. It's not so much that they taste that bad, it's just really hard to reapproximate the texture of freeze-dried eggs once they're rehydrated. Either they're gonna have a powdery taste to them when you get down to the grain, and the other part of it is gonna be kind of soupy. So you never quite achieve that fluffy texture of a well-cooked egg. But in something like this, the egg is a perfect addition. It's like all the weaknesses of the egg are disguised in the mixture, and all of its positive qualities are brought out by the other ingredients. Now the sodium content of this is obviously pretty high. You're getting about 70% of your daily sodium within this one meal. And of course you need 3 of these meals to maintain your calories. So you're looking at 200% of your sodium intake for the day. Not much if you're drinking a lot of water, not a huge deal. Really, in reality, it's not much different than what a lot of people are getting in their diets nowadays. As you can see, as I get closer to the bottom, as more of that moisture is absorbed, and this is why you probably should wait maybe 5 minutes longer than the package indicates. But if you're using these outdoor in the winter time, you want to preserve that heat, so you might want to dig in sooner than later. But the longer you wait, the better the texture is going to be, because more of that excess moisture, which might compromise the taste, will have evaporated or have been soaked up by the food. So my final judgment of this is an easy 9.5. So far, I would have to say the pepper steak is a 10. This is definitely a 9.5. Chicken fried rice is absolutely delicious. If you're gonna buy one Mountain House can, I would encourage you to check out the chicken fried rice. And I'm quite certain that this chicken fried rice is very well priced as well relative to the other cans. Not all number 10 cans are going to be the same price. For example, the pepper steak, the one that tastes the best, is around $40. The chicken and rice, which is probably the most bare bones one, is around $20. I'm guessing this is somewhere in between. I'll post a link in the description. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to get your name into the draw for this number 10 can. Right now, let's head on over to the computer to see who the winner was of last week's contest. Don't forget, if you want a Bugout roll, I will post a link in the description. The only ones I have in stock right now are camel, so you're gonna be waiting a few weeks for the red, the olive, or the black. All right, folks, so let's select a winner of last week's contest. So we're gonna take the link and we are going to apply it to the random YouTube comment picker. Let's see how many comments we had on this video. Looks like we got 639 comments. And let's see how many unique comments we had. Lots of comments on these. 629 unique users. Let's pick the randomly picked one. I never tried it. Now I will for sure. Well, Steelers fan 196. I'm assuming that guy's American. So it looks like you're the lucky winner, Steelers fan. Let's just go vet him to make sure he's not some raging psychopath. Okay, Steelers fan, 3 subscribers, has no videos posted, or does he? Oh, well, he's got a lot of liked videos. Clearly a prepper. The guy has prepper written all over him. I know he's a bona fide prepper and not one of these people who just surfs YouTube looking to enter giveaways. Looks like he's a big fan of the Yankee Marshal. I don't mind Yankee Marshal. I think he's a fairly level-headed guy. Who else does he have in here? A couple people that don't really need mentioning. Oh, we got Praxis Prepper over here. You know, Praxis Prepper, go check out Praxis Prepper channel. The guy's he's hilarious. Really like that guy's channel. What else do we got here? We got the whole Morpheus cliche, blah, blah, blah. Oh, look at this. We got some Canadian Prepper liked videos. Fat Rope. You got to get yourself some Fat Rope, man. Fat Rope is just great stuff. We got some Miss Sincere here. Another very level-headed preparedness female. Some Urban Prepper up in here. I really like this guy. I'm really glad he won. So congratulations, Steelers fan. The Hickok 45. Vickers Tactical. I haven't really watched too much of that channel. I don't really watch a lot of tactical channels. I'm not really too much of a gun guy. I'm kind of a gun guy, but not really much of a gun guy. Oh, it looks like he entered my SAS bow thingamajigger. Prepper channel survey, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, right on, man. I'm really glad. You know, I'm always glad when the winner I pick happens to be somebody who is really involved in the community and is supporting these channels. It's just great when it works out like that. So congratulations, Steelers fan. This will be the last Mountain House review unless we get some other kind of partnership going in the future. In terms of me actually doing a giveaway at this point. There may well be more giveaways, but I think I'm going to put this to rest for summer. We might come back to it in fall. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and get yourself a Bugout roll through the link below. Support Canadian and North American businesses.